Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, the taste of Bermuda.
Today on Golf Destination, we visit the Preserve in Wyoming, Rhode Island. This four-season resort offers not only golf, but fantastic outdoor activities like fishing, hunting, zip lines, and more. Plus, there's been new development with their luxurious cabins, so members and friends can enjoy the entire Preserve experience. All coming up next. Hello and welcome to Golf Destination. I'm Grace Dyslinski. The Preserve at Boulder Hills in Rhode Island is a unique four-season private club. Paul Mihailides is the driving force behind the development of the Preserve, and he spoke to us about the mission statement of the club.
The Preserve is a multiple phase project. We're just approaching 2 years. The first phase was actually the construction of a new championship 18-hole executive golf course, which is 100% completed, that everybody's enjoyed. 25,000 square foot clubhouse, tennis courts. Our first phase of member housing, which are homes 2,000 to 4,500 square feet, are all completed. The second phase, which were all the shooting activities, we have the highest bird tower in the Northeast region, 211 feet for European hunts, which is actually very wonderful. We have rock climbing, man-made and natural rock climbing, a 1,765-foot zip line, and then our other housing amenities have started. So our Hobbit house is nearing completion, our first tree house is done, our tents and our yurts are completed. We also have ancillary bath and shower facilities out in the middle of the property. And then what we're most excited about right now is our opening sometime in the fall for the new 50,000 square foot indoor underground range. So the range is 150 yards indoor and underground. There's 20 lanes. It's not like anything else in the country. There isn't anything that's 150 yards anywhere else in the country, and it's really wonderful and thoughtfully done. There's 15,000 square foot of retail, in addition to a complete academy that have a host of NRA-sanctioned programs. So the Preserve is really a club of clubs and a second home lifestyle alternative. I mean, people buy second homes and fool themselves all the time, and the first 2 or 3 days there's maintenance and there's all sorts of things to do. Here at the Preserve, we're always ready for you. So you get to stay in a multi-million-dollar home. It's always there, whether it's a 2,000 square foot home or a 5,000 square foot lodge that sleeps 30. You can come as a Preserve member and stay for $200 a night. So as a lifestyle alternative, it's like owning your own 3,500 acre estate, except you're just a club member and you get to utilize it like it's your own. So whether you want to golf today or shoot sporting clays today or fly fish today or rock climb or mountain bike or play tennis, every outdoor activity that you could possibly think of, it's just limitless. Whatever you would like to do, you can do it here at the Preserve.
This project is also a family business for us. You know, you see my brother and my sister and the rest of my family here working together towards a common goal, and you know, it helps us in moving forward because that's what we're trying to emulate here with the property and the uses and with our members, and just projecting that onto their lifestyles.
For families that love the lifestyle and really want to own their home, we also have real estate here. So phase 3 at the Preserve, we're building townhouses and flats, and hopefully next year we start our new boutique 150-room condominium hotel. So a lot of folks, you know, they want to own, while the fractional component or the lifestyle component, you know, appeals to them in other areas. They like that you can have the experience of lifestyle here and be an owner at the Preserve and just call it home. We're a fraternity of like-minded people, and everybody here are all about serenity now and enjoying the time that they have with the people that they love to spend their time with, which is really the most important thing. Those are the two biggest elements, you know, our health and the time and how we choose to spend it. So I would say that's really what the Preserve's all about.
Thanks, Paul. A familiar face at the Preserve at Boulder Hills, who also happens to be a member, is former Patriot Dan Copen. Let's see how he enjoys all of the offerings at the preserve at Boulder Hills.
I came down, like I said, on a whim, really by chance. Met up with the owner one night and came down and saw the property and how beautiful it was, and wanted to be a part of it. So, really came down, became a member, and, now really an ambassador of the club as well. You got 1,000 acres here in Rhode Island, and it's not that big of a state. So 1,000 acres is kind of hard to come by. And when you have this much land, and they're really preserving it and being stewards of the land as well, but they're making use of it too and creating all these wonderful activities for their members. I think it's about putting the technology down, the iPads down, the phones. We live in a world that seems to never stop now. So to be able to come down here, take the kids out fishing, take them out and swing the golf club, take them on an ATV ride, and it's sort of, it's quiet. It's a good time. It's a good way to come down and spend quiet time with your family. And, you're out in the woods. I think people come down here and they're going to use it as their oasis. A spot to get away from everything. Rhode Island, the Northeast, really doesn't have a club that has everything that the preserve has to offer. Some people have golf, some people have hunting, some people have fishing, shooting. This place has it all. When people come down, I think they're really impressed with everything that's here. Being here as a member ambassador to the preserve has really afforded me an opportunity to experience new things and new sports, at this point in my life.
Thanks, Dan. Still ahead, we learn more about the preserve at Boulder Hills, and we'll take a look at the unique layout when Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, returns.
Golf Destination is brought to you by Goslings of Bermuda, the preserve in Wyoming, Rhode Island, Link Soul, the Abaco Club, Avidia Bank, 47 Brand, Delta. Golf Destination is brought to you in part by Goslings of Bermuda, the taste of Bermuda.
Welcome back to Golf Destination. I'm Grace Dyslinski. Remember to follow us on all of our social media channels at Golf Destination. Robert McNeil has transformed an old 18-hole course into a dynamic 18 holes at the preserve at Boulder Hills.
When I first showed up was a golf course that had been closed for 6 years. It was an 18-hole facility that was operating until 2007, but it was what you call fallow. The elements or the objectives that Paul wanted to have on this property, it made a lot of sense to consider a par 3 golf course. It really did. And we began to lay that out and to see if that fit, number one, and to see if we could get great golf holes out here. And we could, and we did. Every hole is different, number one. There's no two holes that, even though they're par 3s, that feel or look the same. So it's very visually engaging. Most of the holes play from up above down to a green, or down below up to a green. The elevation changes are dramatic, as you wouldn't think here in this part of Rhode Island, but they are here on this property, as you move from hole to hole. It's a par 3 golf course, so we want to create some drama on the greens. We have some greens out here that are pretty exciting. There's some flexibility of the golf course in that we can lay out a 9-hole routing within the 18-hole par 3 course. Players can play the preserve as a 9-hole championship par 34 golf course, which includes par 4s, par 3s, and par 5s. The golf course has been laid out in such a way that you can play from one tee over a green to another fairway location that feeds you to the next hole. So the expansion and flexibility of the golf course is quite unique. An 18-hole golf course, when you think about it, a lot of people have this vision of what that is, pitch and putt. This is the opposite of that. And we got the commitment from the beginning to execute what I thought, if we did it right, could be a championship, renowned, national 18-hole golf course. And that's what we got.
Thanks, Robert. There is so much more to the preserve, including their recently opened cabins for members. Let's learn more.
We hired a couple of really great guys, ZDS and Urbane New Haven, and Live Interiors, who has a really great design team to really capture the feeling of the preserve. When you go in, I mean, it was so thoughtful, everything that they did, from the rear woods to the granite countertops to the waxed floors. I mean, the cabins, the finishes in the cabins are beyond any of my expectations as an owner. I mean, it's wonderful. And the thing is, the homes at the preserve are modestly priced for what we offer.
The cabins that we just built are set to close to our amenities, including the hotel, the spa, the pool that's going in, tennis, and the clubhouse. So you can walk from those cabins to the amenities. Cabins sleep as minimum as 6 and up to 12 people per cabin.
Their impressions when they first walk on the property are, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is right here. I didn't know this was here. And it's walking into an amazing and beautiful surprise. There are few places where you have 3,500 acres to explore with a variety of activities, yet the natural surroundings are still preserved in a beautiful manner.
Living at the preserve is like living at the Four Seasons in the front of the house and in Montana in the back.
The designs are so beautiful. Our architect was inspired by rustic elegance. So we tried to create homes that had natural materials like wide planed wood floors, stonework throughout, yet also combining luxury amenities and luxury finishes with high-end finishes, high-end appliances, gorgeous light fixtures. So it really combines different elements to create a unique home.
I came from the 20th floor of a high-rise in downtown Boston, where it was as minimalist and sort of industrial, and now I have a 20-foot antler chandelier. The stonework is incredible. There's so much mica, it sparkles at night. The ceilings are so high, I can't wait to put in my first Christmas tree. It's just beautiful. Every detail is perfect.
Since the preserve at Boulder Hill's inception, their reputation as a four-season sportsman's club may only be equaled by the club's hosting of million-dollar tournaments with some of the best golfers. Next, we'll look at the front nine of the preserve when we return.
This segment of Golf Destination is brought to you by Delta. Keep climbing.
Welcome back, I'm Grace Dyslinski. The preserve at Boulder Hills is the home for big golf events, and this year is no different.
We want to create awareness. We want people to see how beautiful this property is and experience everything that's here. We also had the Preserve 18, which is $18 million, 18 celebrities. We subsidize the event through insurance. We buy an insurance policy that gives us the ability to have 5 holes in one that day. We've had a half dozen holes in one here, so it is possible at the Preserve 18 on September 26th this year.
There's always so much happening and much more to come, so Eric from the Preserve is here to tell us more.
So day to day at the Preserve, we try to make experiences for our members that are unique compared to anywhere else in the world. We have tree houses, yurts, and hobbit houses. We have hobbit houses. The kids love the experience. They can come with their friends, they can stay in there, they can think they're in the Lord of the Rings, they can have a great time. Tree houses, you're out in the woods and you get an experience that you're not going to get if you're in Manhattan or if you're in Boston. The zip line, it's a 1,700-foot zip line. You'll start at the top tower and then over top of the river. It's a neat experience.
Let's take a look at the front nine at the Preserve at Boulder Hills.
Architect Robert McNeil turned the former 18-hole par 72 golf course into an interesting and challenging par 3 golf course. The Preserve course also has the flexibility of adding several par 4s using the current layout, but we're going to concentrate on the par 3 18 holes. The first hole is a distance of 147 yards and starts you on the highest point of the golf course. Miss it left and you will have a difficult up and down. The second hole measures 179 yards and plays all downhill. The green is bisected with a large swale. Missing it left will put you in a bunker 15 feet below the putting surface. The third hole measures 165 yards and requires a shot over a lower pond. Don't be short and right or you'll find the sand or worse. The fourth hole is a 163-yard shot resting in a lower meadow. You could roll it on, but beware of a small mitt bunker awaiting mishit shots. The fifth plays a little bit longer than the 150 yards suggest. The green has many pin locations, and don't be long, it won't be good. The sixth plays only 136 yards, but you need to hit the correct spot on the green as it slopes right to left and it has a dinner table plateau at the upper right corner. The seventh hole at 177 yards will test your nerve. It plays uphill to a very small green. The eighth hole measures 162 yards and offers an optical illusion that suggests it is uphill when it is really played along a level plane. The green is sprawling with many pin placements. You finish the front side of the 161-yard downhill ninth. Bunkers protect both sides of this green.
Coming up, we finish up on the back nine of the Preserve at Boulder Hills, when Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, continues.
Golf Destination is brought to you in part by Goslings of Bermuda, the taste of Bermuda.
Welcome back to Golf Destination. I'm Grace Dyslinski. Now let's finish up our round on the back nine at the Preserve at Boulder Hills.
We begin the back nine on the shortest hole on the golf course at 128 yards. It offers a benched green and trouble on both sides. The 11th stretches out to 240 yards. A slight draw is the favorite ball flight to this green. The 12th is a challenging 190 yards. Large boulders protrude from the green fronting pond. The green has some movement on it. The 13th reads 178 yards on the scorecard, but take a half a club more because the green works upward. A deep bunker grabs balls missed left. The 14th is a short hole of only 140 yards, but there's a lot going on. A classic strip bunker mirrors a large ledge outcrop on the left, while a deep pot bunker protects the right side. The 15th plays downhill to a tabletop green. Mishit shots may get unfortunate kicks as the area drops off around the green. 16 is a challenging hole playing over 200 yards. Fly the ball to the green as danger surrounds this large putting surface. The 17th is set in a natural meadow. The green is large and plays a little uphill. The 18th is a fun birdie hole and a great way to finish your match. The green is narrow and measures 130 feet from front to back. So that is it from the Preserve, but oh, wait a minute. You say the match is tied? Well, the playoff hole is situated next to the clubhouse, and it is our favorite hole on the golf course. It plays about 160 yards, downhill, over a pond fronting the green. This playoff hole ensures that your matches will never be tied when you play at the Preserve.
This is more than just a gun shop. It's actually everything that you would need to be outfit on the property, whether you're mountain biking, if you're cross-country skiing, if you are shooting, if you're golfing, tennis, we have everything here. This is actually just a starting facility for us as well, while we're building a new 15,000 square foot retail facility.
So today we're building the longest indoor underground shooting range in the country. We'll have a 15,000 square foot retail space, and it will have 18,000 square feet of shooting. Our range is 150 yards indoor underground, where you can shoot rifles up to a .50 caliber inside.
We're going to be very different from the average range by far. There's going to be 20 lanes, 4 of which are 150 yards, which makes it the longest indoor public range in the country. We're going to have 16 lanes at 33 yards. So it's going to be a little different. We're going to have FATS, a firearms training simulator, where you'll have someone step into a scenario, and there'll be actually several hundred scenarios to choose from, where it's going to be operated by laser, where it can be used for a novice as well as law enforcement to an expert shot.
Well, thank you for joining us on Golf Destination as we toured the unique sportsman's club, the Preserve at Boulder Hills. For more information on the property, visit thepreserveri.com. Remember, the conversation never stops on our social media pages. Visit us at golfdestination.tv. There you'll find the links to our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and watch past episodes on youtube.com/golfdestination. There's a lot of great stuff on there. Well, thank you for joining me on Golf Destination. I'm Grace Dyslinski, and we'll see you next time.
Destination is brought to you by Goslings of Bermuda, The Preserve in Wyoming, Rhode Island, Link Soul, make par, not war, the Abaco Club, barefoot luxury in the Bahamas, Avidia Bank, 47 Brand, Delta, keep climbing.